What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Talking Blue. I'm Matthew Mooney. It's a solo episode today. Luke is not here, but I wanted to get something out quickly. So I'm sorry we haven't been posting lately. We just haven't been around. So I just wanted to get a little something out now. So I'm home from play by play. It was a great experience. Anyone who wants to pursue sports broadcasting as a career, you should check their camps out. You could still sign up for camps right now, but they're not going to be around the local area for us, around the New York, New Jersey, tri state area. They're going to be in other parts of the country. If you want to go check them out and you live far from us, like a different area, go check them out. Even if you live close to us for next year, link is in the description down below. Go check them out. 10 out of 10 program. So I wanted to get into the episode quickly. I'm going to be talking about some Giants breakout candidates. You obviously saw what Luke posted last week. He posted 3 breakout candidates for this upcoming season, and they were Isaiah Hodgins, Daniel Bellinger, and Azeez Ojulari. I'll be covering those up right now. I think all 3 of them are very reasonable. I think Hodgins is a lock to have a breakout season. I think he's going to have at least 5 or 6 touchdowns, but and you know, he was a mid-season pickup, and no one expected him to really do much, and he was honestly exactly what Kenny Galladay was supposed to be. Daniel Bellinger was outstanding as well. He exceeded all expectations. He's obviously not a top 10 tight end in the NFL yet, but I think he's really good, and he's really a lot better than anyone could have predicted. I thought he was going to be good going into the season, but this exceeded expectations, and he's going to be a big red zone target. And Ojolari, when he's healthy, he is an absolute threat for opposing offenses. He was injured most of this season, and if him and Thibodeau can stay healthy for a whole season, the Giants' defensive line is gonna be dangerous. So I want to talk about two of my 2 breakout rookie candidates for this season. Number one, this is a no-brainer, probably one of the most generic ones you could pick. Defensive back out of Maryland, Deontay Banks. I've been watching his film for a while, like since the Giants drafted him, and every bit I've seen, he is really good. And I'm very happy the Giants got him. I was at MetLife for the draft party, so was Luke. But yeah, I remember I thought we were getting Joey Porter, but it turns out the Giants ended up drafting Deontay Banks, which I'm fine with. I'm 100% fine with. I wouldn't go back and change it. If you told me the Giants were getting Deontay Banks before the draft started, I would have been very happy with that. I wanted Joey Porter because I thought he was the best corner in the draft, but I've heard reports saying that Deontay Banks is a little better, but it's close though, honestly. So yeah, I think he's going to be a lockdown corner, and he's been doing very well in Wink's system. So hopefully, you know, he goes off this season. We need another lockdown corner like Adoree Jackson, so we could lock up two great wide receivers. Obviously, I know that hideous game versus Philadelphia where we lost 38-7 the playoff game. If you look at the stats, AJ Brown only had 4 receptions because and not a single touchdown. Adoree Jackson was just that good, but still doesn't change the fact that we lost the game. If we could have another corner who could do that or another defensive back, I think that would be phenomenal. Now to my second breakout candidate for the rookies. It is Jalen Hyatt. This is another obvious one, wide receiver out of Tennessee. He is outstanding. I think he's one of the best wide receivers in this draft class, and I think he's really going to prove it as the season goes on. Uh, yeah. If you see his game, if you watch his film from the game versus Alabama, he had 5 touchdowns, I believe, and a ridiculous amount of yards. He's outstanding for like a 3rd-round pick. I thought it was a steal when we drafted him and John Michael Schmitz, the 2nd and 3rd rounds in the draft. That's exactly what I wanted them to get done that day. I remember, and they got it done. I think it's going to be really good for the Giants' future. I don't think John Michael Schmitz is going to be great next season. He'll be okay, but I think later in the season, around week 17, week 18 ish, you're going to really see his full development, and it's going to show why he was the best center from the draft class. Now I'm going to be talking about two non-rookie breakout candidates I have. Number one, this is probably an obvious one. My second one is a little unobvious, but you're going to probably not be surprised who I picked for the second one. So the first one is Evan Neal, first round pick out of Alabama last year, an offensive tackle. Obviously, he wasn't great last year. He had a horrible game versus the Dallas Cowboys week 3 on Monday Night Football, but I feel like there's a lot of improvement, and I wouldn't be shocked if he goes on the same path Andrew Thomas went on. You know, offensive linemen, when they come into the league, they don't just become insane. Like a top 5 player at their position, it's harder for them. That's why I didn't pick John Michael Schmitz. Obviously, I don't think he's bad, but the reason why is because offensive linemen take a very long time. They probably take the longest time in the league to develop. I think Evan Neal's going to be pretty good next year. He's going to be more of a blocker. I think he's not going to be nearly as good as Andrew Thomas is. That's going to be hard to top, which Andrew Thomas is arguably the best offensive tackle in the NFL. Top 5 in my opinion. But yeah, I think Evan Neal's going to be really good next year. Now my final breakout candidate. I've praised him a lot on the podcast in recent episodes. Dane Belton, safety out of Iowa. I think he's really good. He was really good this season when he played. He stepped in for Xavier McKinney as the number 1 safety for the Giants. Obviously, he wasn't phenomenal, but he was really good. And I'm excited for him for the next few years. I think he's going to be our second starting safety next to Xavier McKinney. Bobby McCain's also in the mix for that job, but you never know. We'll see what happens. I think it's going to be McKinney and Belton. I think Bobby McCain's going to also get a decent amount of playing time, but I think Dane Belton's going to be starting over him. Next, I want to talk about Saquon Barkley. So tomorrow is the deadline for him to sign a contract with Big Blue, and I don't even know what to expect at this point. He's really got to sign something soon. Hopefully, he's probably going to come down to like 10 minutes before the deadline. It's going to take a while, but I think the Giants are honestly going to get it done. You guys can comment down below what you think about everything I've said so far and everything I'm going to say. But yeah, I think the Giants are going to get him back. And I've heard reports it's going to be a long-term deal, $14 million per year, which I think is perfect, and $22 million guaranteed, which I think is a perfect salary. Hopefully 4 years, $14 million per year. So then he'll be making like $56 million per year, which I think is, as the entire contract stands, my bad. I think that would be perfect for him. 14 million per year, I think, is exactly what he should be making. He's not getting 16 million per year. He's just not. He's got to accept the fact he's not getting it. But yeah, you know, he was the offense last year. He was like the entire offense last year. And, you can't rely on just one guy to do it all, but he was outstanding last year. Hopefully, we get him back next year. Well, the Giants get him back next year. And he really does exactly what he did last year for the Giants, or possibly even more. Another thing I want to talk about is, Saquon Barkley working out with 3 wide receivers, 2 from the Giants, 1 who just signed with the Titans, Paris Campbell, Isaiah Hodgins, and DeAndre Hopkins. I know I posted a community feed thing the other day when this came out. I think this is very positive news for the Giants that Saquon's going to be back, since he's working with 2 current Giants, and DeAndre Hopkins meant absolutely nothing. He is now a Titan. I honestly kind of surprised they got him. I don't really get why DeAndre Hopkins wanted to go to Tennessee. Personally, if I were him, I would have went to Buffalo, because I feel like that would have been a perfect fit for him. Tennessee's fine. I just don't really get why he picked them, because they're just gonna suck the next couple of years. And I would have, if I were him, I would have tried to go for a contender. But it is what it is. I'm not mad at all the Giants didn't get him. It's fine. They signed him to a 2-year, $26 million contract, so he's making $13 million per year, which I think is perfect. If the Giants got Saquon back and he was still available, I think I would have 100% done this if I were the Giants. So yeah, he's working out with those 3. I think him working out with Paris Campbell and Isaiah Hodgins is really good, because they're current Giants. Obviously, there's still the possibility that he's not back next year, but it's still very good to look at because if he's working out with two guys who are on the Giants roster, they will be that makes everything look better that he's going to be back. So yeah, that was really it for the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. I also want to talk about quickly Kadarius Toney. He has been messaging Giants fans all over Twitter and Instagram, just like saying "screw you, I don't need you at all," and like Giants fans have been kind of a little annoying to him about it, but he was honestly a problem for the organization. And Joe Shane asked multiple players on the Giants if they were fine with him leaving, and they were fine with it. So he was really just a problem for the organization, just not a locker room guy. And yeah, it's good he's gone. We traded him away for a top 5 tight end in the NFL. Plus, we got to see the Eagles lose the Super Bowl. So yeah, that was great. That was it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video with friends. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Let's go Giants.